morning for those of you who are in the States, and good evening for those of you guys who are in Asia, Philippines. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. It's your guy, JD. Hope all is well. Love and light, guys. Today, I have an interview for you guys. Somebody who's actually from Asia. She's living in Philippines now. She's a pretty much a new YouTuber. She's trying to promote her channel and get her channel out there. So I like to have her on a platform and kind of give her perspective on Asia and all about Philippines and why foreigners should travel to Philippines and things of that nature. So I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and tell people who you are and what your YouTube channel is about.
Hello everyone, I'm Honey Bibi here. So I'm Filipina actually living in Hong Kong, working in Hong Kong.
Hmm.
Yeah, back and forth Hong Kong, Philippines. And about my channel is about friends and expats, also topic about foreign people because I used to work for foreign countries.
Hmm.
Yeah, ever since I was young. I'm
Hmm.
still young actually. Yeah. So
Of course,
I'm
you're
still
still.
young.
Of course, you're still young. Of course, yes, and
Yeah,
beautiful.
about travel, about business, foods, and friends, family. That's
Hmm.
it.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
so that's
yeah.
pretty much what your channel is about. So
Yeah.
how long have you had your YouTube channel?
Actually, I started about years already. I stopped. And
Okay. Oh, uh, okay, great. All right, so are you ready for the questions? So I have some questions for you. And this is
oh,
yeah, of course.
sure.
And this is pretty much all about Philippines and people who have never traveled to Philippines, what they could expect, when they go. So these are the kind of questions that I pretty much want to ask you, and also some dating questions and just giving your perspective on your country so that people can what people can expect when they do travel there. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what cities would you recommend a foreigner to move to?
Oh, cities. You mean cities in the Philippines?
Yes.
Well, in every place in the Philippines, I can recommend you south or north is okay.
Mm-hmm.
For those who wants living in the city, Manila,
Uh
that
huh.
costs you a bit. But if
Okay.
you want to move in the provinces, you want a relaxed life,
Mm-hmm.
and I can recommend you can go to the provinces, uh,
Okay. Is there any
far from Manila area.
Okay? Is there any specific part of provinces?
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
came from the
Pro,
north.
more,
Yes,
more,
I came
more.
from the north.
Okay.
So from the north, we are Ilocanos.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so I can recommend also my province.
Uh
Yes,
huh.
of course, because I'm from
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was born in Manila and I was raised in a province because my parents want us to grow in the province.
Okay.
So I can live both city
So
and the province.
Okay, so you're a province girl. So tell me, since you're a province girl, what
Mm-hmm.
is the difference between a province girl versus a girl that's from Manila? Can you tell me some differences?
Well, uh, uh, okay, sorry for my fellow Filipina. If you happen that you watch this, city girls from Manila area, they are more modernized, you
Okay.
know, and those from the provinces, they're more traditional. Yes,
Ah,
yes, yes,
okay.
yes.
Uh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's funny you say traditional because the girl that I'm dating from the province, I find it that she is a traditional. She strikes me as the traditional type, not really hooked on social media and all of that stuff. So tell me, for a person like myself and maybe other expats that might be looking to relocate to Philippines and possibly find a wife or whatever. because this is my biggest thing. I know, like in Dominican Republic, it wouldn't be a big thing in terms of like, let's just say I decided to get married. I married a Filipino local, and I had a child by a Filipino local, and we raised our child in Philippines. How do you think that our child would be accepted in Filipino society, being biracial, living in the Philippines? Like, is that a common thing in Philippines where you see
Yes, yes, yes,
biracial?
yes.
Uh huh.
Yes, it's a big yes. Because Filipino, they are not racism.
Uh huh.
So it happens that you marry a Filipina girl, then that's big yes in the community.
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
Hmm.
So, but as far as like the child, like having a kid, would that child be accepted in the
Yes,
community? Yeah.
yes, of course, and he's very special.
Uh, really, really,
Yes, yes, and the baby will be very special.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's a foreigner.
Because the mix of foreign
The
and
mix of
interracial.
okay. The only reason why I ask that is because in certain countries, that is frowned upon. Like especially if they're dating somebody that's African American or of African descent, it can be frowned upon depending on where you're from and what culture you're from or whatever. Okay, so let me ask you another question for a foreigner that's looking to move to Philippines. Um, what kind of businesses could they dive into? Are foreigners even able to open up businesses in Philippines?
Oh, that's interesting. Yes. Philippines are welcoming foreign investors, you know that. So, in Philippines, it depends on your interest and industry. You want to start a business there. But first of all, you have to know which visa are you going to apply. Because
Okay.
when starting the business, we have the 9G visa, which is you're not familiar with. I
No.
don't know.
What? No. What is that?
That's is if you are going to start the business, you have to apply the 90 visa. That is around 1 to 3 years validity. But
Mm-hmm.
if you are having an employment around 10 employee, local employee, so you have
Mm-hmm.
the other visa, like SVEG. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
So
what's it?
there's
So
a
what's it?
differences of the visas.
And okay, so the FVG, what's the difference between the two? I said the other one you said is 3 years. It validates
Yes,
you three
yes,
years.
yes, yes. The you need to the difference is the other SVEG visa. You if you have 10 employee,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you have to apply for that visa. And the other
Okay.
visa, SIRV, the Special Investor Resident Visa, because
Okay.
uh, many retirees also want to start a business in the Philippines, but they don't know those type of visa that they are going to apply. So for the foreign like you want to secure your money and your business, please secure an alien employment permit that you can get that from the Department of Labor and Employment. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And
Yes.
how long?
For you able to start the business, you have to do the requirements. Yeah, yeah, and then
Okay.
you
Do
have
you
to register your business at the DTI or the SEC,
okay? Do
Security.
you do you know what some of the requirements are?
Well, uh, for your foreign, you want to start a business in the Philippines. It's actually money.
Right. Of course, everything is
Of
money.
course, that's
Everything
the
is money.
first. Yes, money. For the SIRV, the Special Investor Residence Visa, about 75 USD.
Hmm.
Yes,
Oh, that's not a lot. That's
75,000.
that's paying
75,000 in your money.
75 USD.
75,000 grand. Yes, in your money.
70. Wait. Hold on. You said 75,000
Yes.
of you. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
So
the Special Investment Residence. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Well, in Dominican Republic, I believe it's like 150,000. So I mean,
yeah.
it's half. It's pretty much half. So I mean, in all reality, that's not bad. That's not bad. So, okay, for somebody that's, now that they're looking to move, um, tell me some of the things that a person that's looking to move there, what kind of things that they would need to get adjusted to in terms of like the Filipino life. Say for instance, me moving down
Okay.
there, like what would you say I would need to get adjusted to as being an expat moving
Okay. You have to adjust your life moving in the Philippines.
there?
Because we are Filipino. So don't bring your American thing in the Philippines.
Okay,
First of
okay.
all, yeah, you have, because Filipino are very warm to welcome you, people
Hmm.
there. So we are very warm to welcome you in the Philippines. So all I can say is just be yourself, but please respect your uh, Filipino and Filipina. So because that's what you get respect from them too.
Right. So you got, in order to get respect, you got to give it. Okay. Same kind of mentality in the states. Okay. So now in terms of like dating, let me ask you some dating questions.
They,
I find it that whether it be Philippines, whether it be Dominican Republic, Africa, etc., I find it that most of us men
mm,
tend to go for a younger woman. And I know you're a woman of a certain age. So my
yeah.
question to you is, tell me some reasons why you think a man, uh I wouldn't say reasons, but why do you give me two examples of why you think a man shouldn't pass up somebody older opposed to somebody younger? Like, because I mean, I'm sure it's a thing in your country. You see a lot of older men with younger women, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me, like, why do you think that is, and why should a man not pass up an older woman? Like, can you give me some examples?
Well, for us, Filipina, we want to date older men because, um, the cheating or they are more secured. They are already mature enough, so
Uh
we don't
huh.
think they're going to cheat on us. So
Okay.
yeah, that's one of the points that we are looking for the older men and
Mm-hmm.
are more secured when we date the older men. Yeah.
And what things do you think men should be looking for when trying to find, a good Filipino woman? Tell me some things that they should be looking for. You are Filipino women, so you can tell us. You can tell a man better than we. You know what I mean? So yeah, what should we be looking for in a good woman, good quality Filipino women?
Good quality woman.
Yes. What
The
should we be
honest
looking for?
Filipina. Yeah, the honest Filipina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, uh, actually, we are very caring. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we are inborn caregiver in our very young age.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are looking for the quality of the Filipina, find a Filipina with
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to say this. Not only a pretty face, but the
Uh-huh.
inside. Yeah.
Okay, it's inside. Okay. Okay. So do you find it like do you find it harder for Filipino women to find like women of a certain age, let's say like 30 plus and 30 and older, is it harder for a woman who is single, a single Filipina to find love being 30, opposed to them being like 20? Is it harder to find love at 30,
Well,
30 and older?
in Philippines for locals, I can say yes because
Hmm.
you are considered as left behind, left behind.
Oh
But
wow.
that's why they prefer to date foreign men. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But they are
Wow.
very when it comes to love.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I never thought of it like that. So most women who are 30 plus usually go for foreign men only because in your culture, if you're not married or have children by that age, you're considered like left behind.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of like healthcare, like for expat moving to Philippines, Do they have healthcare insurance? God forbid somebody gets, we get hurt. Like, what kind of insurances do they offer for somebody who's looking to move there
Yes, we
long term?
have a lot of Philippine insurance. We have Bell Health for the locals. For the foreigner like you, we have some agencies and something like that for the insurance, health insurance. Yes, because when you're going to Philippines and you happen that you get hospitalized there, and without
Mhm.
insurance, it's very expensive.
Oh, okay,
They will charge
okay.
you a foreign charge.
Foreign rate, right? Because they're looking at you like a foreigner,
Mhm.
so they're gonna
So
charge you that foreign
it,
dollar.
yes, it's good for you to secure your health insurance when you go there. Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, we got some comments. Brooklyn Nomad, hello, JD, and pleased to see you on Honeybee. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Nobody 70, nobody 92. Good morning. He says, good morning, JD. This is an early live today. I see you. Yeah, this is an early live. We got some things to expect for people who are traveling there.
Oh,
Things to expect for people who are traveling there. So let me ask you another question. What about the Filipino culture? Tell me more about the Filipino culture. Like, for a person who doesn't know about Filipino, what can they expect in terms of your culture? Um, Food, religion, marriage, all those kind of things. Like, how do Filipino? Tell me about your culture in that sense.
Filipino mostly very religious people, Catholic majority Catholic and
Hmm.
Christian. Yeah,
Okay.
and south part is Muslim. Yeah.
Yeah, I find that to be I guess fascinating in a sense because I'm from the States. I'm from New York, which is a
Yes.
multicultural city. So it's not very common for me to see Muslim Filipinos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced that in Thailand when I visited Thailand. To see Muslim Asians was really a cultural shock for me, and that's to
Mhm.
say a lot being from New York because it's a melting pot of cultures. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when you say Muslim, like I said, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead further about the culture. You said
Culture.
Catholic, Muslim.
Yes, and we are very family oriented. Yes,
Hmm.
we have extended family sometimes.
Uh huh.
So don't be shocked when you visit Philippines one day and a lot of relatives coming and visit, and then they're excited to meet you and see you because you're a foreigner.
Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I hope that's not once will not surprise you. In one day you go to the Philippines and everybody will come and see you.
Oh yeah, I plan on visiting in October. This is why I have you on to kind of get your perspective. And one that's one thing that I do love about the Filipino culture. I'm family oriented, and I love that about the Filipino culture. Seeing that everybody is about family. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I really love that. So that kind of drawn me to the Filipino culture. I'm gonna read Brooklyn
Sorry.
Nomad's comment. What is the starting cost for a foreigner to get health care? Do you know what the starting cost is for a foreigner to get health care, Honeybee?
Yeah, because I have my brother-in-law living in the Philippines right now. He was retired already from Phoenix.
Uh huh.
His health insurance started like 5,000, I guess, peso in peso. But it
Okay.
depends. Yeah, it just like $100. Yeah.
Okay, so it's $100, and does that insurance cover everything? Medical, dental,
Yes. Yes.
emergency room visits. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you have that, and when you get hospitalized, then 50% of your bills at the hospital will be less.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. But it
So
depends also.
it ranges. It's almost the same as Dominican Republic. Healthcare insurance ranges from like 75 to about 100. Depending on the insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we talked about dating, now from the Filipino men perspective, how
Mhm.
do you think Filipino men feel about foreigners dating their women?
Hey, hold on. They might say, "You're stealing our women." Well, the I don't know if Filipino men might say, "You foreigner taking our woman in the Philippines." But I don't know. I don't know. I don't exactly. I don't know
So
because
you never encountered like the men in your culture like say anything about speak on it, because some people have they have their views on that. A lot of locals don't like it. They feel like you said, nah, they coming over here taking our women. Um,
yeah.
so I mean, you find it's not really a big issue or really talked about too much in your culture.
Mm, well, in because I live in the city and sometimes in the province. When you see a man, sometimes if they are seeing a woman dating a foreign man, they said, "Oh, another Filipina is already out of the poverty again," and like this, like that. They're seeing you foreign man as you know, bring their other woman to a good life. Yeah,
Uh,
but
okay.
some also saying, there they are again. They're coming to get our woman
And,
here.
and I can understand from both sides. I'm guessing if I put my shoes in a Filipino man's put my shoes in their shoes, I would be saying to myself like, hey, this foreigner, how can I compete with that? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because now they got to compete against the foreigner. You know what I mean? And and,
Yes, yes,
and most women want to feel secure. And it's being a foreigner, feeling inadequate, not being able to compete with I mean, being a local and not being able to compete with the foreigner and feeling inadequate. I probably would feel some kind of way myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. You
yeah,
know, that's why I
yeah.
asked that question. That's why I asked that question.
Mhm.
I'm gonna answer some more of these comments. Brooklyn Nomad says, "I have a question, Honeybee. Why do you guys eat rice for breakfast, lunch, dinner?" I ask because sometimes I want a bowl of cereal in the morning, not rice.
Whew, rice is life, Brooklyn nomad.
I said,
Well,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
okay. This is I will explain to you why rice. Because rice give us energy, and in Philippines we don't have much money to buy steak, so we just have a little portion of the meat, vegetables. So rice is life. That's why we
It,
always
it,
eat rice. So breakfast, fried rice. We have egg or the salted fish. That's breakfast. Just change the dish.
uh-huh.
The dishes. And during lunch, rice again, plain rice, and then later on we have soup or vegetables. That's for lunch, and dinner again another rice. So rice. That's our
and that
Filipino culture. We eat
you
rice
know
all
what
the time.
I see that, and I be telling my girlfriend. I said, before I come, I'm gonna have to go on a 2 week fast because I know I'm gonna get fat eating rice every single day. I told her, I said, "Do y'all cook vegetables? Because I noticed like y'all don't in y'all culture y'all don't eat a lot of vegetables. Am I lying?"
Hmm. We eat vegetables. We eat a
But
lot of vegetables.
you do. I see more rice than veggies though. Because every time when I'm on the phone with Brooklyn Nomad and we talking, every time I turn around, that's all he's eating is rice, and I'm like, dang, is there anything? I mean, don't
No.
get me wrong. I love rice. It's a staple. It is a staple in my family. And I think in most cultures, whether you're Spanish, Asian, African American, African, I think rice is just an international staple. I believe that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, good good question. Brooklyn Nomad. And the Nobody 92. Do some Filipinos speak Spanish? I
Oh,
see a few of them have Spanish last names. And yeah, that's interesting to know because I know
Mhm.
Filipino was occupied by Spain for some time,
Yeah.
so I know
Yes.
that the culture
We are
has some
colonized.
has some Spanish influence in the culture, right?
Mm. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We are. There's a strong influence of the Spanish in Philippines. That's why.
Uh huh.
Uh, uh, we are Ilocano. Sometimes we count in Spanish like uno, dos, tres.
Really?
Yes, we
And
are
you know
Ilocano.
some words are kind of
From
similar. I was talking to my girlfriend and she said like sausage. You guys call it loganisa, right?
Longanisa. Yes.
Yeah,
Fiestas.
they call it loganisa in Spanish too. Yeah,
Yes.
or chorizo, loganisa or chorizo. But yeah, it's and so you guys do have some similar wordings. Oh, for
Mm.
sure, for
We got
sure.
that from the Spanish.
You right, right. That's what I
Yeah.
kind of figured. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn Nomad says yes, yes. I don't want to come off disrespectful, so I don't want to say no to rice. Thanks for helping me understand.
It's okay.
Listen, guys, we got 9 people in the chat. I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like, guys. For those of you guys who are in the chat, I appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the
Like.
subscribe, hit the subscribe, guys. So also, so now we got 14. So I'm gonna need those 14 people. 15. Hit the like, hit the like,
Yeah.
hit the like. So now that we touched that, so let's talk about like real estate
Mm.
because it has been said that foreigners cannot buy real estate in Philippines. Is that true? And if it's not true, how can a foreigner go about purchasing land if they wanted to buy land in the Philippines?
Okay. First of all, foreigner cannot excuse me cannot own the land in the Philippines.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. Wait. I'm sorry. You kind of cut. You kind of cut off. So just say that again.
Foreigner.
Okay.
Yeah, you can own.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, I'm just going to give you an example. So you're saying if there was, for an example, like 100 apartments in one building, and if
Yes.
60% of those apartments are bought by Filipinos, the other 40% can be owned by foreigners?
Yes, yes. You can avail one of the unit as a foreigner as long as
Okay.
yes,
Okay,
as
interesting.
first
Interesting.
occupied by the Filipino. Yes.
So that's only for apartments. Only for apartments, no land at all?
No, because land cannot own, unless you're marrying a Filipina, and then
Uh,
sorry to say this, and then if your spouse happen she died earlier than you, she can inherit the land to you.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
let's just say I just want to make sure that I understand you correctly. So you're saying that let's just say for an example, I get married to a Filipino, we have a child, and she happens to pass on. Now we
yes,
bought the now is that now that she passed on, does that land become mine since I'm the spouse of the
yes,
Filipino?
yes, yes. Half of that land it will be yours, and half of it to your son.
Okay. Okay.
So
Got it.
yes, yes.
Got it. All right. So
That's
that's good
so.
to know. That's good to know. I
Mhm,
never asked that question, so that's a good
mhm.
question. And let's just say you get married in Philippines and things don't work out. The foreigner's living down there. He's married to the Filipino for about 5 years. Things don't work out. They have property together. They own things together, and they end up getting a divorce. How I and
Mhm.
I and also, but okay, answer that question first. Um, how would that work out? A foreigner, things don't work out with his wife, and they end up getting a divorce in the Philippines. Even though I know divorces are not really accepted in the Philippines,
Yes,
is that correct?
annulment in Philippines.
Or you have annulments in
But
Philippines?
there is divorce when your spouse is a foreigner. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mm, yes.
So
So
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, there's a divorce. When you're marrying a Filipina and you're a foreigner, then there's a divorce.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And Brooklyn Nomad says, "Oh wow, I did not know that. But what if you do not have any children and she dies? What happens to the land then?" Okay, okay, so good. So there you have it, guys. And that's a good question. I didn't really think to ask that. For those of you guys who want to know, God forbid your Filipino wife or Filipino husband dies, and you guys have properties together, you inherit that property, whether you are a foreigner or not. Good information. Okay, so tell me, give me like five popular places to visit in the Philippines, like some of the hot spots. Where would you recommend somebody who's never been to the Philippines? Because normally, like when I travel, I like to have an itinerary. That way, I don't get lost in the sauce. I feel like when you are traveling to a foreign country,
Mm-hmm.
time is of the essence. Like when I went
Yeah.
to Thailand, I did a lot of research. I went on YouTube, checked out different channels, and I picked out, chose my itinerary based on watching different vloggers on YouTube. So once I got to Thailand, I knew exactly what I was doing and where I was going. So I've never been to Philippines. This would be my first time coming in October. So what places would you recommend for somebody who's traveling to the Philippines the first time?
Well, it depends the season that you're going to visit the Philippines.
Okay.
So if you're going to the Philippines during the summertime, and if you love beaches,
I love
and
beaches. Love beaches. Yeah.
yeah, I can recommend you Bohol, Cebu, yes,
Uh huh.
and to the north is the Hundred Islands, which is in my province in Pangasinan, and also you have to visit the city of Pines, and it's like the air conditioned outside. The weather is so good. Yes,
Really, really.
yes. From the north, they call it City of Pines in Baguio City. It's
Uh
like
huh.
around right from my hometown, my city. Yes, yes. That's one of the tourist spot in the Philippines. Mm.
Okay. And we got 19 guys in the chat. I'm gonna need you guys to hit the like, guys. Hit the like, hit the like. So for somebody who's traveling also for the first time, how many because I know it takes one day to get to Philippines. I know it takes one day.
Yeah,
So
correct.
how long to get the full Filipino experience? How long would you recommend someone to stay that hasn't been there for the first time to get a nice experience of Philippine culture? How many days
2
would
weeks
you
to
recommend?
1 month.
2 to 1 month?
Because yes, because we have three different islands, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So in these particular areas, so we have so much to see. In Visayas part, you can see Boracay, Bohol, and Cebu, Davao, and also in Manila area. Also, there's a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, and to the north also have.
See, for
There's so
me,
much.
me being from New York, I try to stay far away from big cities only because I'm from a big city. So I like it, the province, the country, the beach, the islands, that's kind of my vibe. You know what I mean? I don't
Yes,
mind the
yes.
city. Like you give me a weekend in the city. Like if I were to go there, if I were to visit Manila Saturday and Sunday, see what the club is like, the party life is like, and then I'm ready
The
to go back to the to the countryside to relax and relax
mm-hmm.
myself.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, I get. Yeah,
And I'm sure that's what most locals do when they want to party and have a good time. They go to Manila, right?
Manila, Makati, yeah, BGC. Those are
Uh
the
huh.
most expensive place in the Philippines. Yeah, leading place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. One comment from Kaleem. Shout out to Kaleem. Thank you for joining the chat. He says, "Does age make a difference for dating?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yes.
And in what way though? In what way? Only because I'm 44, and I tell my viewers all the time I prefer a woman of a certain age, but my girlfriend happens to be 20, 22. No, no, 23.
Don't
23.
you
Yeah.
worry about the age. In the Philippines, we are very mature even in our young age. Age is just a number, okay? Because as Filipino, we are already trained at our very young age. Philippines, as our family, we see our family how they take care of mama and papa, our
Mm-hmm.
family. So it's in our culture. So
Mm.
don't worry about the age. If you are dating younger woman in the Philippines, she's mature enough. As long as not underage.
Okay,
She's
so
over
they
18
so
and
there you have it, Kaleem. Age is pretty much a non-factor in the Philippine culture, and I kind of us being Americans from the Westernized world, like it's a big thing. Oh, why you dating him? He's old. Why you dating her? She's old. It's kind of looked down upon. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Especially when a woman does it, they tend to be classified as like a gold digger. You know,
Oh. Oh,
if
yeah,
that makes yeah
about that.
if that makes sense. Only because people are looking at like, why are you dealing with this older man? You only after his money. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of
Yes.
mentality that we have here. That we have here in the states. So, tell me five things that you would recommend a foreigner to look out for traveling to the Philippines. Five things that they should be aware of as a foreigner,
In the
whether
Philippines,
it be whether traveling or even whether living there full time. What things should five things that foreigners should look out for?
location is the number one. So make sure that the location that you are going to is very accessible.
Hmm.
At the same time, you can feel that relaxed and secure. Security is a must in the Philippines. So, well, Philippines. I'm not saying that Philippines not safe to live. It's very safe to live, and Filipino people are they're very good actually.
Hmm.
So, the location, and if you're planning to start a business as well, then also check the area that you are going to.
Hmm.
Uh, get some survey. Yes.
Hmm.
And the people around you also.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Nice. So we got 15 people in the chat. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like, hit the like, hit the like, guys, hit the like, hit the like.
Yes.
Let me see. I'm gonna go into some of these. Jalen, I will say no age is not an issue. Yeah, I mean it's really not. It's really not because I felt like it was a thing, with my girlfriend, me being older than her pops. You know,
Okay.
it's like me calling her father dad, and I'm like, I'm older than you. So how does that work out? You know what I mean? How does it
Just like
work
my
out?
same as you because he married my sister. Like Pops is younger than this guy. Then yeah, he just called the name. He don't say Papa
He just called.
because
He just called her by his name. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
older.
it's awkward. It's awkward. Definitely an awkward situation. So, like I said, it goes back to you being. I think I might have asked you this question, but I'm gonna ask it again in a different way. Um,
Okay.
give me five reasons why a foreign man should choose women 30 and older. Five reasons why a foreign man should, because you already said foreign women normally go for, I mean, Filipino women normally go for older men, because
Yeah.
it's secure foreign men, especially those women who are 30 and older. So why should a foreign man choose a woman 30 and over opposed to a younger woman?
Well, they are stable. I mean, when you date older at that age compared to the younger ones, because I cannot. Not all Filipino, or this is to all women out there. Sometimes when they're still young, they didn't know what they really like in life yet,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So for those older, they already know to settle. They want to settle down. They want family. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Uh huh.
yes, yes, that's
And
all I can.
I kind of feel like that too. I feel like when you're dating
Mm-hmm.
an older woman,
They're
the
more
chances, yeah, the
yes,
chances are likely, they're more loyal, like you said. They're more willing to give their all. You know what I mean? Opposed to a
yes,
younger woman. Yeah, yeah. Like
yes,
and like you said, they considered. What was the term that you used? Women 30 and older, if they're not married and kids, they're considered what?
left behind.
They considered left behind, right? So when if they find a foreigner, they gonna hold on to that foreigner because they don't want to be left behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I get it. I get it in that aspect. I do. I really do. Kaleem says, to I would like to remote work. Is the internet strong enough to run an online business? So he's asking you, in Philippines, is
Ah,
the internet
yes,
strong enough? Oh, and
yes,
I would say it depends. It depends on where you live. And even though
yes.
I don't live in Philippines, but I'm only saying that based on my conversations that I be trying to have with Jeff. Jeff is in
Yes.
Bohol. He's in the province, so the connection there is very very choppy.
Uh,
Um, yeah. So for somebody, I know in Manila that wouldn't be a problem. The internet, you probably get internet all day every day in Manila. But for
yes.
somebody who's looking to move to the province and they're looking to
Mm-hmm.
live there full time and they have online business and they're working remotely, like what would you recommend in terms of like internet
Well,
service?
yes, for internet services, then we have the telecommunication there that you can apply your internet. So it depends to the location and the reception. So if it's let's say you're living in Bohol, and then the internet there, Globe is the good connection, then you can apply your Globe connection. So if let's say in Manila area you have the DSL internet, then everybody is using DSL. And in my province, I'm using Globe before, but then when I to my other house, because I have my other house, so I apply my home fiber.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, DSL home fiber. That's a high speed internet because everybody there is using gadgets and they don't want choppy.
Right,
So
right.
they want
And
the
we're not
high
talking
speed.
about gold digger. We're talking about choppy. Go ahead. I'm just messing around with
Okay.
y'all.
Oh, because the connection, because I used to work abroad. So usually when I call them, I want a video call. I want to install the camera, CCTV, something like that. So I want my high speed Wi-Fi.
Hmm.
So everybody can use. So all of my niece and my cousins, they're all gathered in the how to say that, in my terrace, just to have the
Uh-huh.
connection. I have a high speed connection in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
And
depends to the
listen, I need that. Even
yeah.
like where I'm building my house in Dominican Republic, I'm making sure that the internet service up there is pretty good anyway. So
Mhm,
I don't have any issues with that. So let me ask you a question. You travel a lot. You're not just
mhm.
in Philippines. You're in Hong Kong. You traveled to Thailand as well, right?
Not yet in Thailand.
Not
Looking
Thailand.
forward
Okay, so you're between.
Singapore, China,
Yeah,
Macau, Malaysia,
yeah.
more on
See,
Asia.
she's all over Asia. So, pretty much, so for somebody who's looking to, let's say go to Philippines and they want to hop around to the bordering countries, like how would you go about that? What's the most affordable way? Because I'm sure you're a local, so I know you know the most effective and cheapest way to travel. So what would you recommend, for somebody who's looking, let's just say, to travel from like Philippines to Hong Kong? What would you recommend?
If you will travel from Philippines to Hong Kong.
Yeah, or any other neighboring, because that's one thing that I said that I wanted to do. The next time I have enough time, I'm talking about at
Mm-hmm.
least 3 weeks to a month. I'd like to travel to the neighboring, countries,
Neighboring
Bali and Indonesia, and those places. So,
countries.
like, what would you say the cheapest airline to travel through from Philippines going to other parts of Asia?
Well, budget airlines, I can recommend Cebu Pacific. It depends also where you're going to fly.
Uh
Yeah, but sometimes there's promotion from the biggest airlines like Cathay and Philippine Airlines. But mostly, when you're looking for the cheapest flight, you can get budget airlines like Cebu Pacific.
huh.
Yes, that recommend you for the cheapest airlines
Okay.
flying from the Philippines. Yes.
Mm, mm. And another interesting thing that I found out about your country is that Philippines is made up of like over 100 islands. Is that correct?
Yes, over.
And I find that just to be like fascinating, man. Very fascinating. So, I mean, there's so many islands and beaches, and that's another thing that I wanna do. I like natural rivers and stuff, and I know Philippines has a lot of natural rivers. So, for someone who likes to go to rivers, like what are the top rivers you recommend somebody people to visit going to the Philippines?
Actually, when I was young, I'm so scared of water because in my when my dad bring us to the province into the community,
Uh huh.
next door we just like 5 minutes walk is the river. Then my sister tried to swim, and then I'm not a swimmer.
Good night. Nah.
I almost drowned and I almost killed myself in that
Oh
place.
wow. So from from
Then I
from
have to
that
learn how to
so
swim.
you have a fear of water. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at Brooklyn Nomad. He said that Philippines has 7,000 islands. 7,000? That many?
7,000 islands, yes.
Wow. So
More.
is it
Because,
considered? Is Philippines considered an archipelago?
yes,
It's
yes,
considered an archipelago, right? I
yes.
thought so. I thought so. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So if you look more on Philippine history, yes. Because we are surrounded by the islands,
Hmm.
waters and mountains. Yeah.
And you know what I noticed? Another thing about your culture. Why is it that Filipinos have so many kids? Why y'all have so many kids? For real, y'all have a lot of kids, man. What is it about y'all culture? Y'all have so many children.
Well, at the, I don't know how to explain this, but yeah, we love kids. That's the
Uh
explanation. Yeah. Big families, happy family.
huh. I
Right now,
mean,
we are all three.
I
Then,
mean, but what is the reason? Like, is there a reason behind having big families in your culture?
no, because before they don't have much knowledge about the contraceptives and the birth control. That's why.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
reason why we have a lot of kids before. Yeah, but
Oh,
now 3, 4 is the
it's
largest.
it's like it's like the maximum now.
Yes, now.
Okay,
Mm.
okay.
But before they can have children like 7, 8, or even 10 or
Wow,
11.
wow.
every year give birth. Ugh.
Nah, yeah, no more than three
That
for
was
me. I'm
before.
I'm good. I'm good on two. Three is a bonus for me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bonus. Yeah, Brooklyn Nomad says so. There's 7,641 islands to be exact. That's that's
Mm,
that's something, man. We
yeah.
there's so many islands in the Philippines. It take us forever to visit each island, man. Take us forever, for real. Wow.
Yes. You
Um,
Me as a Filipina, I only visit some of islands in the Philippines because I spend a lot of my time outside the country. So
uh
I'm
huh.
planning to spend some time there.
Okay,
Hoping.
so yeah. Well, hopefully when I get down, I can see your parts. You say you're from the northern part, so I like to. I plan on being there for 2 weeks, so I like to visit as many places and do as many things as as much as possible, man. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to read Brooklyn's comment, and I'm going to ask you one more question, and then we're going to close out because we're almost an hour in. Brooklyn Nomad says it. I'll say it's the parents' retirement because most of the time the kids will take care of the mother and father once they get retirement. So the kids you have, the more can help. Okay, so he's basically saying that when you're in the Philippine culture, when your parents get older and you have a lot of kids, the kids chip in and help the parents, help them take care of them, you know what I mean, at their old age. So the more kids you have, the more help there is for the parents when they get older. So
Yeah,
I
I
understand
agree
that.
with that.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. I see the logic behind
So
that.
encourage people like that.
Definitely see the
Yeah.
logic behind it. So I'm going to ask you
Mm-mm.
one more question, and then if you have anything that you want to say to viewers, I'll give you your time to say whatever you want to say to viewers. So my last question is, why should foreigners visit your country? Why should they come to the
Oh,
Philippines?
country is the beautiful country. Philippines is the beautiful country. That's all I can say. So you must visit. If I say it, then you're not going to see now. So you better go and see.
And look, Brooklyn
Yeah,
Nomad said,
because
Brooklyn Nomad said, and see, I'm Filipino now. Yeah, you
yes, you are
Filipino.
Filipino.
Yeah, you officially Brooklyn Nomad is officially the Filipino. Especially all that rice you eating, man. You definitely Filipino now. Can't take that.
Yeah.
Can't
Yes,
take
you
that
are
away.
Filipino.
Well, I thank you so much, Honeybee, for coming on the channel. Is there anything that you want to say to viewers? And for those of you guys who want to follow Honeybee on YouTube, give them your YouTube channel, and also I'm gonna put your channel in the description box so you guys want to follow her.
Yes.
Give them your YouTube channel info.
Okay. Honey BB. That's my YouTube channel. Yes, Honey BB. HoneyBee.
Yes, there you have it, guys. So y'all want to
Yes,
follow Miss Honeybee
Honey
B?
BB.
Definitely.
Yes.
I don't want to lose this comment. Edward Stanley, hi. What food would you recommend for inflammation and getting rid of aches and pains in the knees and elbows?
Mm.
Uh, well, um, anything that just Google foods that have that causes inflammation, man. There's a lot of foods that causes inflammation. Beans, um, uh, sodium definitely causes inflammation. You want to if you want to reduce the risk of inflammation, man, you got to change your diet. You got to change your diet. That's the most important thing. And exercise, diet, exercise, clean eating, plenty of water, plenty of rest. You can't go wrong.
Yes.
You can't go wrong. So that's what it is, guys. I appreciate all the love and support. If you guys want to continue to see more interviews from me, shoot me a message in the message box, and I'll set you up. Anybody's looking to come on the platform to do an interview, shout me out, and I pretty much got you. And also, guys, I might have some content for you guys later on. The flooring on the house is being completed today, so I'm anticipating on that.
Yay!
Yes, yes, it's been a long time coming with these ceramics, man. So I do have some footage. I'm just waiting to get the full video of the tour of the house with the ceramics done. So you guys stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget again to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, I'll be talking to you guys soon. Y'all take care.